All right, the book is very grim. It's not the light side of horror. It's the dark side of horror. It starts with sort of 5 years in the past. A 17-year-old boy, Brian, comes home and he finds that his parents have both been murdered by his 10-year-old sister. She basically went and took the neighbor's gun from the garage and shot them both after hearing a sermon about the sanctity of marriage, and all her parents had been unfaithful to each other, and so that was that. And so it turns out over time this led to a kind of split in the community over the sermon in the church, and so there's this one church that's the reverend who gave the sermon, and this other woman who's standing up against him, and it goes a little deeper than that, because the guy who gave the sermon turns out has access to this power to control people's minds and control animals and do all kinds of other evil stuff. And he's got this evil plan to take over the town, and maybe a little bit more than that. So the other preacher and this reporter who comes down 5 years later to write a book about the tragedy of the shootings and the boy who survived the shootings and a couple other people have to fight against this preacher. So it's a small southern town, battle between two churches for the minds and souls of the town, religious conspiracy. It's a lot like some sort of political things that you might have experienced in your own lifetime in terms of different religious powers trying to tell you what to think and do. And it's based in the South, and it's pretty scary and gruesome, and the pages turn pretty quickly. But it's not the kind of ride that just is over when it's over. It'll leave you thinking. And that's what I have to offer.